Hello, and welcome back, or welcome to another EdTech video tutorial here at BC Law. In this quick video, I just want to show how easy it is to get up and running with the new Independent Study Blueprint Canvas site. This site may have been imported into your Independent Study course. So to start, I just want to walk through the basic functions of this site and then quickly show you how you can edit it and customize it to suit your needs. So I'm on the homepage right now of a site that's been associated with the Law Blueprint course. And if you scroll down, you can see a couple items here. Basically, there's just a welcome page, a spot for you to put your course ID and name, and some additional information you can provide about yourself if you'd like. If I click on the modules page, you'll see a few modules that are created for you ahead of time. And these are just meant to be a nice template for you to go ahead and get up and running. There shouldn't be too much for you to do here, but I will walk through some customizations that you may want to do for your course as well. And that's pretty much it in terms of what comes with this site. So if I go back to the home page and I click Edit, I just want to walk through really briefly how to customize this to suit your needs for your own Canvas site. So the first thing I'm going to do is click this little icon here to expand out my window so I can have a little more space. And then I'll just show you what you're able to edit. So in this banner image here on the homepage, if I just click anywhere in the course ID section or instructor name section, you could see the little cursor appear. That just means I can edit this just as if I were editing a regular document. So I can just select this text and then enter in the appropriate course ID here. Same goes for the instructor name. This is all very basic editing here. Okay, and then anywhere on this page where you see these brackets, these are just placeholders for you, so you can update this to, again, suit your needs. And of course, this text is completely editable, so if you prefer to change it and customize it for yourself, then go ahead and feel free to do so. Here's another area where these brackets can be changed for you. Now, the other thing you may want to do is update the instructor information. And I will just give you a quick overview of how this process works. But again, this is all up to you whether you want to include it or not. So let's say you don't even want to include this. Maybe this isn't relevant for your independent study. Then you could just select this whole area and click delete. So I just selected that with my mouse and click delete. I'm going to hit Command Z on my keyboard to bring it back and undo those changes. Let's say you do want to include some of these. Again, this text is editable, so this is very easy to go ahead and just type whatever you'd like. The email field, this one might be a little bit different, so my suggestion would be to click this, choose Link Options, which pulls out this panel over here to the right, and then you can update the information here. So if I wanted to include my email, I could just change that text here. In the link section, you want to make sure this mail to : is left intact. This is how your web browser knows to open up an email client to actually send the email. So you want to leave that and just edit out the email portion, which is a placeholder. So again, I'll type in my email address there, and then when I'm done, I will click the Done button to save my changes, and you'll notice it updates on the page. Let's say maybe this, contact information or office hours isn't relevant and I just want to remove this one section. I could just select it, hit delete, and then all I need to do is hit the delete key one more time to delete the icon that is there. So again, I'm just showing some basic editing functionality here for these template designs. The other thing I want to talk about is the photo. So my suggestion right now is to actually just go ahead and delete this. And if you wanted to include a photo, you could do that separately, maybe just above this information here. So you can hit the, put your cursor up next to the information field, or text rather, hit enter to get into a new line, and then go ahead and insert an image just like you normally would. So if I upload an image, I'm just going to upload a placeholder image here. And I'm going to drag this from another area on my computer off screen. So here is an image that I can use, and I just dragged and dropped it onto the screen here. and then I click submit, it will embed this on the page. And then of course I can resize this if necessary. I'll come back to this and show another way that you can customize this photo at the end of this video, but this would be my suggestion for the easiest way to upload your photo to the site. And this View Course Modules button, this is just a customized button that will take your students directly to the course modules page. So again, you can choose to delete this or leave it if you'd like, but I think it's helpful to leave on the page. And then when you're done with your changes, you can just go ahead and click Save. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is how to edit your modules. So this independent study guideline, one thing you'll notice on this page, there are actually two things. One is going to be custom to the Blueprint course, which I'll talk about in a moment, but the other is the normal publish icons in Canvas. So this particular template has a module called Independent Study Guidelines, and it's currently unpublished, and this is just here for you in case you want to include this. So if I click on this particular page, we can view the content here, and this is just some general guidelines. So again, you can update this to suit your needs for your independent study course. And if you like the language and just need to tweak it a little bit, you can go ahead and then publish this after you make your changes and make it available to your students. The other thing you want to make sure is that the module itself is published too. So again, I'll just show you if you only publish the page, because the module itself is unpublished, that still means your students will not be able to see it. So this is a common error or mistake people make. And I just wanted to point this out here. So if you want to include it, you can click that publish icon. The other thing that's good to know is each of these assignments have some default points and dates associated with them. During the time of recording this, this has a date from the fall. This will be removed for the Blueprint course that gets imported into your site. I just wanted to point that out. But if I click the name of this particular site, or assignment, excuse me, and then I click Edit, this is just like editing any other assignment in Canvas. So you've got your title, you have the description that you can update to include some more information if you like, how many points this is worth if you're going to be using Canvas for grading. If you're grading outside of this, this is actually irrelevant. You don't have to worry about this. The submission type gives your student the option to enter a text entry or upload a file, which is typically good for this type of thing. And these other options typically are for other types of Canvas sites where there may be student participation, so you can just skip that. The assign block may be the last thing you want to update, and you could set due dates or availability dates here as needed. When you're done, just click Save. The last piece I'd like to talk about is the Blueprint icon, which is something new for this course, and that is this little icon right here. This just says unlocked because the way this blueprint was created, none of the items were locked down that would prevent you from editing them. So don't be afraid if you see this unlocked icon, even if something is unpublished, let's say. Your students still can't see this. This is just for you as an editor of the site. So I just wanted to point that out and explain that for you in case you get confused. Okay, and back on the homepage, I just wanted to talk briefly about a way that you can still edit this photo and keep this special styling that comes along with it. Now, I will say that this does require you to access the HTML editor, and I promise it won't be too scary. I will guide you through exactly what you need to know. So no HTML knowledge is required. I'll explain the relevant pieces again as I go here. So let's get started with that. If I click Edit, and then again, I'm going to click this little icon to expand out my edit screen. And I scroll down to the image. The first thing I'm going to want to do is go ahead and click this HTML edit icon. And this brings up this whole HTML page. So all of this code is how your web browser knows how to display this information to people viewing the page. The only thing you need to know about this is that this image right here, this is actually the placeholder file. And I know this for a couple of reasons, kind of just the placement on the page where it sits, but also this alt text here, this little attribute for the HTML element, says replace.png, which just helps me find it on the page. The important piece to grab from this, because when you replace the image, it removes this class here. So classes in HTML, again, you don't really need to know this, but this is how special styling can be applied to certain elements, and this is how this is handled here. So you just need to copy this text. So again, you open up the HTML editor, you find this image, and all you really need to worry about is grabbing this class here. So everything within class equals and the quotes, just copy this and save it somewhere for safekeeping. So I've copied this to my clipboard, and in fact, I'm just going to paste it in a note document to off screen, so that way I can grab it for later. You could do this in like a Google Doc or a draft email or really anything, but as long as you keep it so you're able to copy and paste it later, that's all you need. Okay, so that's saved safely off screen, and now what I want to do is go back to the regular rich text editor by clicking this icon again. And then I'm just going to select this image, and I'm actually going to go up to the tools up here, the formatting tools, and I'm going to choose to upload a course image again. Again, I have my profile image off screen that I'm just going to drag on to this little text area here, or this upload area, so that way it will upload the file. And then I'll hit submit. And you'll notice it actually doesn't replace the image, so with it still selected, I'm going to click the backspace button. Okay, so now my profile image is on the page. I have to now apply that special styling. So if I go back to the HTML editor, what I can do is find that image, and it should be pretty easy to find again here. There's this image tag, and a tag is just an HTML element that you can put on the page. And somewhere on this, I just need to paste that class information again. So off screen, I'm going to grab where I've placed that text so I can copy it again to my clipboard. And then back in the Canvas editor, right next to the opening tag here where it says IMG for image, I'm just going to hit space and then paste in that class again. And this should do exactly what I need it to do. So if I go back to the rich content editor and scroll down, there we go. It's got this kind of circular styling, a little white border with a border radius on here. And now I can just click this and resize it again to suit my needs. And the instructor info will be right off to the right here. Now, sometimes I've noticed you might get a weird icon off to the left here or something like that. If that happens, just hit Command Z a couple times until you get back to where you were, and then try again and see if you can get it to work right. And if you feel comfortable in the HTML editor, you can also rearrange the elements directly there. And of course, if you have trouble with this in general and would like to just get some help applying the styling, you could reach out for support by emailing atrinbox@bc.edu, and we'll be happy to help you out with that as well. All right, so I'm just going to redo those actions so it gets here. And now I'm happy with my changes, so I can click Save. So that's the basics for how to edit and update your independent study Canvas template site. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out for help, and I hope to see you in the next one.